Hey, welcome to another episode. And I'm joined by Shava, Katleo, Sishe. What's happening, gents?
All good, man.
Yeah. All good. I see everyone is smiling, everyone is excited. Everyone won except me. I'm the only person that didn't fucking win this weekend. I lost the Soweto Derby first, 2-1. Then, of course, yesterday. Yeah, I know yesterday's game, guys. Yeah. But before we start off with yesterday's, do you guys want to start off with yesterday's game? Let me ask you guys, what do you guys want to
Nah,
start with? First
host
thing,
us.
Look, it's up to you, X.
Yeah, it's your
let's
show.
talk about
Host
the
us.
W's, or must I talk about my L first?
It's your show.
I
Whatever
think
works
I
for
think
you, Doug.
let's start with the W's because we can keep them short, and
Yeah,
then we can move on to the L's because we have a lot to say about that.
the L's. Okay, fine. Let's start off with you, Shavar. Narrow 1-0 win. Very, very close game against West Ham. I mean, how do you feel, bro? I'm sure you're relieved.
Those 1-0 wins were the 1-0 wins that Sir Alex always celebrated.
Yeah.
And we could have scored another two in the first half. And they had that last 15 minutes in the second half where I didn't think they were going to equalize, but they were definitely the better team. But yeah, look, I'm happy. Not so happy that we didn't extend the goal difference on City, but I suppose we'll get to that. Yeah, if we win all our games, we win the league. That's how I see it. Whether that will happen, you know me, I don't like to make that type of prediction. I just want to, it's into this weekend, and then it's into this midweek, and then Brighton this weekend. And that's all I'm really focused on right now. One game at a time.
It was a beautiful game. I enjoyed that game. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I feel though, you keep on saying you should have, you could have. I think it was a statement win more than anything. It was one of those where a 1-0 does it. Because I think you're right when you say these 1-0s can be the difference between you being champions or you being second.
Yo.
I think we've lost you.
I don't know. I lost you there, gents.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Proceed, yeah. Can you hear us?
Let me disconnect. I'll come back in.
All right. No worries, man. Yeah, man. Castro, let's move on to your team. Yesterday, you guys were playing incredible football, I must say, because I was watching that game. I was thoroughly impressed by, especially the third goal, man. That interplay, man, and then how Lacazette laid it off for what's his name, the Brazilian kid again, Martinelli. Finish. How I'm sure you ecstatic, dog. I mean, you in fourth. You've got 3 games in hand, even though it's tough teams that you're gonna play against. But how are you feeling, though, bro?
All right, Doug. It's been a while since I've actually watched an Arsenal game because, usually during the weekend, dog, I'm out and about, and I finally sat down to see the boys. I only watched the highlights, dog. Yeah. So, dog, to see that football, man, I was actually impressed, dog. Because also, I was not a fan of Arteta, but I'm still not. But he's winning me over, dog. The football that the boys are playing right now. Yeah, man. Now those goals. I think all 3 goals are well worked, dog. It's actually beautiful, reminding me of the days of when Wenger was still around. So yeah, man. For me, once again, I'm a fan of football, not just an Arsenal fan, So if I'm gonna sit down for 90 minutes, it has to be worth my while, dog. Because even when Emery was still managing Arsenal, he'd win a game 4-0, dog, but I'd still be upset at the end, bro, because I'm just this is my time, dog, what am I watching? So it's also about playing football the right way. So yeah, man, I like what Arsenal's doing right now, Peter. I like the team I can actually watch once again.
Yeah.
So yeah, as for top 4, boy, I told you the first time I came onto this podcast that all the teams around us are gonna crumble, and that's how we're gonna make it. But I see the boys are pulling their own weight, so I think top 4 is for us to lose, basically.
Yeah, no, indeed it is your guys to lose, man. But of course, like I said, you have tough fixtures. You've got 3 games in hand. But I think Shavar, you one of them, man.
We're one of them.
Is it at Anfield, or are you guys going to?
No, it's at the Emirates, and we don't have a very good record there.
Yeah.
No. You guys have a decent record against us at the Emirates for the last few years. I think not last season, the season before was like the first time we beat you in a long time. It's only when you come to Anfield that we see some fireworks, but at the Emirates, it's generally a tight game.
Yeah,
I hear you, but like Arsenal have like a mental problem against Liverpool. Like they crumble. Like I don't know why, but like they crumble. Like the moment Liverpool scores one, like heads go down.
Yeah.
So I want to see what's gonna happen with this team.
Yeah, no, it's true. And
then, Kat, can I ask you something? And this is not to look down on Man United. I think Man United are down. But do you feel your team has made strides far better than Man United in the last 4 or in the last 3 seasons, where you made a conscious decision to go right ahead and recruit the young players? Where right now, to be honest, because I was looking at the last 10 games, you know that you are top of the league in the last 10 games, results-wise.
Yeah, I heard that stat. I think with that, like it also comes down to the manager. Like a manager tests balls, a manager tests vision. I'll give Arteta that. Like this is how he wanted to do things, even when people didn't agree. When people had their favorites. I liked Ozil. I was a huge fan. I was a fan of Guendouzi. Got rid of him too. The fan of Aubameyang. He got rid of him also. So like any team succeeds based on who their manager is. A guy that's gonna make the hard calls. You know what I'm saying? Pep at Man City, you see him. Tuchel at Chelsea, you see him. Like he's not one that gets bullied. Klopp doesn't get bullied, and Arteta's shown that he doesn't get bullied. At Man United, Oli, he tried, but like it felt like he was listening to all the noise, and sometimes he'd actually make the decisions based on all the noise that he was hearing. And then with Rangnick, the less said about that man, the better, man. Like honestly,
I know, man. I vibe with Rangnick, bro. Rangnick basically is not about to beg for players' attentions, bro. Because right now we in a player predicament where guys don't want to play because they don't feel like playing right now at this present moment. They say they got injuries. And we know very well, I know very well, especially with me watching the various podcasts from the UK. Like I binge watch all types. And there are some guys who are well connected to the club. They get like merch for free and everything. And they do mention that, bro, right now it seems as if our players just don't give a rat's ass as to what's going on in the team. So for me personally, when just to answer, of course, Sitle's question, you guys have had Arteta for 3 seasons, right? We had Ole for 3 seasons. But the type of signings that you guys made, you guys made signings that actually suited a philosophy that Arteta was trying to implement. While with us, we were trying to flex on the world, signing players that we don't necessarily need at the time, or who don't even suit our philosophy,
I hear you.
Well, we don't even have a philosophy prior. Like we didn't have anything. At least with you guys, it's beginning. Like you can see how you like. I watched the entire game yesterday, bro. Like from start to finish, and I was thoroughly entertained by how you guys played. Saka playing very well. Smith Rowe playing very well. Martinelli. All 3 are your academy players. All 3.
I hear you. Yeah. But in all fairness to Oli though, like in his last full season, I mean, he did finish second. So I feel like they want. No, look,
that's what I always say.
No, listen, there was some sort of direction. The thing that threw him off was the signing of Ronaldo. A guy came in who was much bigger than him, a guy that has to start, a guy that has to play. He's a cult hero. He's a legend of the club. Like, I think that just like ruined all his plans,
heroes like, eventually turn into villains. Like Mugabe, his first 4 years, he was a hero, but he ended up turning into a villain, But anyway, proceed, dog.
Yeah, like Man United, Oli set up Man United as a counter-attacking team, So now with Ronaldo in the mix at 37, regardless of all his quality, he just wasn't fitting the mold. You know what I'm saying? Like even before he landed, like I think the first few games that you guys started in the Premier League, even though like the results weren't going your way, like there was a style to the way that you guys play. Then Ronaldo came in, then everything changed. He became the focal point, and people are trying to pass him because Jadon Sancho grew up idolizing him. So and so, everyone's trying to pass him the ball and stuff. And then him and Bruno occupying the same spaces. Like, it became a mess honestly when Ronaldo landed.
Yeah. And to be honest, like with you, that's when I knew that Ole was probably gonna lose his job, only because of that signing. But at the same time, I for one didn't rate Ole as a manager because he was just one dimensional. Because at times, bro, you have to also, your in-game management also plays a huge role. Like, you also need to be able to influence the game. It's just at this present moment with my club, Ranić wants us to play this way, but there are players who are like, nah, we're not going to play this way. I'm not sure if you guys saw Scott McTominay's interview. He basically, of course, he never called out the names. He's like, he said that coach told us that, coach told Fred and I to play this way, to play a high pressing games. And of course, when we press our area, other players also need to press their area. And of course, it seems like there was no cohesion in how we pressed. And when you play against Man City, if you're going to sit back, bro, you're going to get chowed. That's when they'll destroy you. That's why Burnley get
100%.
hammered by City all the time, because they sit back. Against City, you have to run, you have to press. Shavar's team is the perfect example of a team that can actually like outplay City, And so for me, I just feel as if that there's a total disconnect between our manager and some of the players. I won't say all of them, because Sancho understands the Gegenpress. I mean, he's from Germany. He played for Dortmund, so he understands how German the press, how Ranić wants us to press, and hence in the first, I'd say, because we are first half United, first half FC. We don't turn up in the second half. And I think it's purely because of our conditioning. I just don't think the players are conditioned to play a full press for 90 the way a Liverpool does, I mean, Liverpool stays running.
Yeah. But you see there, we're talking about Jurgen Klopp, dog. This is a guy with pedigree, before he even came to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Even at Dortmund, he was doing big things. Even at Mainz, he was doing big things, So this guy comes with philosophy. So when Jurgen Klopp lands at any club, whoever's there already knows who Jurgen Klopp is, dog. And I think you need that for the type of players that Man United have, or because like the players think they are these big shots or whatever. So when a guy like Klopp arrives, like you already know what the philosophy is with Klopp. I can tell when certain players are not going to succeed at Liverpool and who's going to succeed, So with Rangnick, I didn't know him. I had to get told, okay, he was part of Leipzig, he did this, he did that. And it's like, so are you telling me this guy that I don't even know? So he needs to go and coach Ronaldo. He needs to go and coach all these Brunos, the Pogbas that think they big shots and stuff. So I think with some players, you need a certain coach to pull up and pull rank, which is what Arteta did. Arteta realized, okay, cool, I can't really control Aubameyang, so I'm going to ship him out. I can't control Ozil out, Guendouzi out. So you need a manager like that. And with Rangnick, if I knew I had one season at a club, and then I'm going to take up another position within the club, I think the primary objective should not be on, okay, I'm going to put a philosophy in place. Rather, just get the job done, leave Man United in a good position, maybe keep them in the Champions League, work with whoever wants to work with you. This thing of trying to implement your philosophy when you're only there for, 6 months? It doesn't make sense.
But the thing is
if these guys aren't pressing players, don't, try implement the press, because you're only with them for 6 months. After that, it's done. The relationship is over. So
it's gonna be a waste of time, because the new manager comes through with the new philosophy.
No, but isn't
thank you, Coach Shiva, you're gonna
isn't that the whole reason why they got Rangnick? So Rangnick comes in, he sets the philosophy, then he goes upstairs, and then he becomes the guy who picks the next manager. So then he gets a manager who fits that philosophy. My problem with Rangnick is go. This is the same.
This is the same person who said he might elect himself as a new manager. Yeah, he might pick himself as a new manager.
If he thinks he's the right guy, more power to him. I mean, that that takes some courage to say, and that is what United lack right now. So, I mean, we're better to get it from. My problem with him though is why you play Maguire at a high line? Like, if you want to play a high line and you've got Varane, put someone next to him who can play a high line. Don't play Varane who wants to play a high line and Maguire who wants to drop deep.
Yeah, my thing is that I feel like Maguire is pretty much, I don't know what Muti is using or anything of that sort, but like he's just, I don't know why we haven't dropped him, you know. It's this captaincy nonsense. I don't know why they don't want to strip him of him.
I've got 2 points on this. I think the first point is which is going to be the later point is I'm starting to feel for Maguire now. But I'll get to that in a bit. The problem that I have, Shivar, with the current Man United manager, it's not his technical awareness or his CV. I struggle with his interviews. He seems to be chucking a lot of his players under the bus. I don't know whether that's his way of clearing the players that are not cooperating right now with what he's trying to implement. Because I was watching him comment about Cristiano not being available. The first thing he said, if players are saying they're not fit, who am I to question them? And that leaves the spectator or the fan thinking, no, man, what the fuck? As a manager, I know that during the Sir Alex Ferguson times, there were players that were playing with injuries just because they didn't want to be dropped. They didn't want to lose their spot in the side. And with Rangnick, I feel he just chucks players under the bus. I struggle with that, which in turn results in this whole thing where there's certain things that are happening in the change room that are coming out. I think that's the minute you start having that, it speaks to the leadership either from the manager or whoever is the captain in the side. Speaking of the captain, Maguire, X, I sent you a picture.
Let me share it. Let me quickly share it while you discuss.
Gents, I'm starting to honestly feel for Maguire. He's not a bad defender. It's maybe the system is not working for him. Out of the goals from yesterday, I only blame him for the second goal. Yeah. In that he could have cleared it for a corner, but he didn't. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He let the ball pass him, and guess what? Behind him was a City player who went and buried the ball, and it was 2-1.
Yeah. But was that De Bruyne's second
this is the
goal?
First goal, right?
Yeah, De Bruyne.
That's the first goal. Okay.
Yeah, I blame him. I blame him for the second goal. So this is the first goal. This here, I don't blame him, because if you look at where his positioning is, he is thinking to himself, like literally, this ball is coming in. If the ball comes in, if this cross comes in, because he's trusting that he's got 3 defenders against 1 player. So he's positioning himself in a way that if the ball comes in, he can clear it. And you've got Telles, who is sitting there, who is tucked in, and in him tucking in, look at where Kevin is, and look at where Sancho is. Why isn't Sancho seeing that, hey, listen, there's a player that's sitting there all alone, and you can't blame this on Maguire. You can't.
Is this not the first goal?
Yeah, it was the first one.
This is the first goal.
This is the first goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot to say about the second goal.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah. So first goal, I don't blame him. Second goal, I lay the blame purely on him. And then the favorite part, the last 20 minutes of the second half, you guys lacked leadership. It's like you were walking. It's like there was no captain. Sure, fine. There might not be a captain, but there has to be senior players that go right ahead and shout at the young players that, hey guys, get it on, come on. And I don't think Rashford is a young player anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think Jesse Lingard is a young player anymore.
Man, Lingard is
Like-
30 this year, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. He's
Come
a grown-ass man now.
Yeah, but
But
I
it-
can't believe I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad for Maguire. I'm really starting to feel for him. I don't know whether it's a deep in form, the form of 2 years, but there's certain things that are happening within the side, and we can blame him. But there's certain things that he
Yeah.
can't be that terrible.
Yeah. And then, Kat, did you want to say something?
Yeah, dog. Guys like Lingard and Rashford, like they senior in age, but I really wouldn't call them senior players. You know, and I still see them, dog. I still see kids. You know, like for me, senior players are people that know the culture of the club. You know, they have that winning culture within them. Like a guy like Jordan Henderson, he doesn't really do much, but like that's a senior player. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
he's the guy. He's a guy that will actually he'll speak. Like I trust him to say something when shit hits the fan, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think we had this conversation.
It's sorry, before you go on that, I just want to say this. It's quite funny that an Arsenal fan is making reference to Man United players as kids, because there was a point where Arsenal had players that everyone considered to be kids.
Yeah.
X, can you see what progress looks like? Progress
Isn't
looks
that
arrogant.
Okay, Lacazette aside, all of their
Yeah.
players are kids, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
They
it's
are.
and I
Yeah.
had this conversation with you. I was like, Man United, Arsenal, like they really aren't that many senior players. Whereas Arsenal, when Arsenal's winning, like they do really good. But like when they're losing, you actually see that there aren't that many senior players in the team. Dog, shit hits the fan. So
But
yes,
that kid Saka, he looks like a senior player now.
And that's what I
I
was telling
mean,
you.
what,
That's
this
what-
is his
that's what I was
second
telling
full
you.
season?
Bro.
But
Yeah,
he takes responsibility, and it's like,
Yeah.
if it's a bad situation, he wants the ball. You know, he wants to do something. He doesn't
I don't know.
hide.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember what happened in the penalties in the Euros, where I think he missed the penalty.
Yeah.
Was it him and Sancho missed the
And
penalty?
Rashford. Yeah.
Oh, him and Rashford, yeah. And deep down, I'm like, oh, please don't let not this break this kid, because I could see his talent, but
Yeah.
it seemed to have just threatened. He's very strong right now. He's a player. He's a proper player. He's the type of player that now I can see Pep Guardiola looking at signing him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take him.
Yeah.
I'd take him. He
That's
has
solid,
money
bro.
replacement all over him.
And he plays such simple football, bro. He plays with his brain. That's what I like about him. You know, it's not about pace like Rashford. He
But
doesn't look.
I think us just going back to Arsenal. I
He
think
is still
Arsenal,
pretty quick, though.
Yeah,
He's-
he is.
no,
he
he's
is,
quick.
but he
He's
but he
fast.
uses his brain, though. He uses his brain more. That's why you never see him run all the time. You know, it's like Mane. We all know
Rashford.
Mane is quick, but Rashford is. You see what
He's
I'm
a speed
saying?
merchant. He's a
Rash.
speed merchant, as you say.
He's a speed merchant. He doesn't use his brain. Football is played with this. Andre Pirlo even said in his book, it's all about this, dog. It's all about
But
this. You have to think.
But
Yeah.
I honestly I got disconnected as I was talking about Arsenal. Watching yesterday's game, brilliant, freaking brilliant. The goals that they scored, it's almost like it's got reminiscent of the old Arsenal where I don't support them, but I don't mind watching them play.
Exactly, bro. I was even telling
Even the goals they conceded, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It also
even
has
the
Arsenal
goals.
written all over them.
So Tabang, let me be honest. With Pep doesn't buy a player because he's a top player right now, and he's going to give him results right now. Pep builds. If you take a player like Saka and you give Pep to mold him in a season and a half, I promise you that boy is going to be world class. That's my thinking, Tabang.
Yeah, he improves players. Because the thing is as well with Rashford and Lingard is that actually United players, our players haven't improved. Rashford is still the same kid, you know, like he's still the same. He's plateauing. You see, whereas look at Saka. Saka is ascending. He's going up. The chart is going up. You know?
True, but now you see, it also it comes down to coaching, dog. Like as much as
there's never been coaching at United, my G.
Exactly, you know, like
there's never been.
what's Oli
Even
teaching?
under Ole's, that's the thing, bruh. It's like the players are now
sub.
being coached for the first time in a long time, and a lot of them are like, "Huh? You want us to run? You want us to press, dog? We're not used to this thing. Fuck you. We injured."
100%,
That's what's happening at my club, bro. And
like
so for me, like even with Reinik as well as a manager, yes, there are areas where I'd be like, you see how you're saying when you say he throws players under the bus, that I agree with you. But some things, bro, he really is powerless. Even with Martial, he asked him to stay. Martial wants to leave because he can see that this is a sinking ship. And I understand with Martial because World Cup is around the corner, bro. I don't want to be not playing for France, bro, when my country has the potential of winning the World Cup again, depending on how well and how unformed they are when they're together. But like even with Donny van der Beek, we struggle with ball possession. City showed us in the second half that we don't know how to retain the ball at all. You saw that.
I don't think it was ball retention. It was more. It was more. I think what epitomized the game was that Foden tackle on Wan-Bissaka, where you would expect the defender to be stronger than Foden, because Foden he's not built strong, but literally Foden brushed him aside. Yeah, he literally brushed him aside. I think that epitomized the second half in that you did not show up. Man United did not show up. No matter how you try and sugarcoat it. First half, the pushing Pogba and Bruno up front as a false nine, whatever, that worked a treat up until it was figured out, and there was no
goal,
and you didn't have a plan B.
That second goal deflated us, bro. When we scored it, I knew that, bro. It's good.
But also Sancho missed. There's a goal that Sancho could have scored in the 45th minute, where he would have gone 2-2. And I don't think City were firing on all cylinders yesterday. I don't think so.
Dude, and we got spammed 4-1, bro.
The result was never in doubt, man. Listen, like the same issue Arsenal has with Man City and Liverpool. Like, it's a mental problem. With Man United, it's the same. Like, when City score, I'm sure like they know like the writing's on the wall. Like, oh shit, like it's done, dog. Like we are not coming back.
So then I think Arsenal must reach out to Spurs and find out how to beat City.
Yeah, but that's like the only game that Spurs wins. Though.
Then they go and lose to Burnley, and did you see what is this Middlesbrough? What happened? Bro? Middlesbrough also touched them in the FA Cup. So hey guys, that loss to Middlesbrough is understandable. Middlesbrough giant killers, bro.
Yeah, but I think you know what they say. It's the hope that gets you. Because on Friday, I'm thinking to myself, but like United, they gotta show up. They have to show up just to they have to show up.
Me too. And then that second goal.
And then the rumors started circulating that Cristiano is not playing. I was like, good shot, because if he doesn't play, you've got a chance, because he hasn't been firing on all cylinders. And then when the team sheet came out, I'm like, okay, I could work with this. 25 minutes in, I thought you guys were going pound to pound. You were attacking. You were pinning them back. I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to the second half. I think you guys were already on the bus on your way home.
Bro, like
it was that second goal. Sorry, it was that second goal. Once that went in, I'm like, nah. Because I was like, a United supporter for the day. I need these guys to drop points. But it was Lindelof. Look, after the second goal went in, I knew my eggs were in the wrong basket. You blame Maguire. I actually blame Lindelof. I saw him get sucked into the ball, try to win a header that he had absolutely no right trying to even compete for, and then he finds himself out of the box and Maguire's in the box on his own. He then turns around and Kevin De Bruyne runs past him, and this guy, as a defender, you kind of want to track that player. Doesn't track him. The ball breaks. I think it goes through Maguire's legs or something.
It went through his legs. He could have right there in the considered a corner.
Yes, but he opted to leave it because you think your centre back partner is now tracking any runners into the box.
As a defender in the box, if the ball comes in,
you clear it. No, I get it, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I still blame Lindelof because he should be tracking De Bruyne. He leaves him. De Bruyne scores. Lindelof does this. He knows he was the guy that fucked up, and then he hid, right? Maguire got the blame because Maguire wears the armband. And once I saw him hiding, I knew this team, they're not playing for each other. And then my second point, when we had Hodgson and when we had the bad period with Rodgers, I still saw us. We were bad because we had bad players. Our good players were injured or being played out of position. But we still ran and we still tried and we lost as a team. And we finished 8th a couple of times, but it was because our players were bad players and our manager just didn't have any tactics. What I saw last weekend or this weekend, that was just...
That was pathetic.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
I was speaking to someone at work
11
today.
individual players. 11
Yeah.
players.
And no one's pulling their weight. No one. Sancho was the only player who looked like he actually wanted to win that game.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Some players didn't want to be on the pitch.
He had a bone to pick with City in that he trained with them and they didn't give him a contract. So he had a
derby, Sixle. They're all supposed to have a bone to pick. And these guys, I don't know, was the occasion too big for them? Because you can't tell me. You can't tell me those players, like, okay, fine, there are some less good players, but you've got some top quality players in that side, and like, what was that?
Yeah, that was
honestly
terrible,
right? no one.
There's no.
That wasn't a
terrible
football game.
Yeah, that terrible stat where City had what was it? It was 98% of the possession for 15 straight minutes.
That is
93%. Oh, might as well be 98. Might as well be 98.
Yeah, round it off.
Yeah, I think Jaya had a goal kick or something, and that was the 7%.
But to be honest, gents, David, that man works for his salary.
Yeah, it's all you see. You see David, and I mean, I remember even when Ade was in charge, David did call out, like he did call out the coaching. He's like, guys, I mean, you can see that, like, our team, we're not one. And I mean, David is from the era where, I mean, I think he won the title with Fergie. Yeah, he won the title with Fergie.
Yeah.
So
why does he not have the armband?
Had Keane as his captain. Had
personally, that's who the person. Like, for me, that's the person who's meant to have the armband is David, because David has saved us on so many occasions. He knows what it feels like to win the Premier League title as a United player. So he understands everything about the club. And he's also very honest as well, because that's part of the reasons why they stripped him off the armband, because he was honest. He was like, tactically, he felt like, there was no cohesion between the players, and it's as if they are not coached in any way. Because I feel like goalkeepers have their own training as well. I mean, he's got his own coach where he's working on his reflexes and everything. And then, of course, the starting 11 all play, and it seems as if they just play one ball all day and then pitch up for the game.
But then, I'll ask you this question about your team, and I think the gents can pitch in this. What happens? And I'm looking at it as in worst case scenario. You don't make top 4.
Yeah, we won't. We won't.
You have you decided you're not gonna make it?
Yeah, we're not. Me as a United spectator, bro, I feel like, when a building is not built correctly, they use a water pass, and you need to ensure that the wall is 90 degrees. I feel like our wall is not 90 degrees, and when it's not 90 degrees, what happens? You have to break that shit down and start again. That's what needs to happen again with United. Unfortunately, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing. Out of all my friends, all my other friends are unwilling to wait. They're like, you crazy. With me, I'm willing to wait. It's fine.
So that was my question. That was my question. As in, if right now you had to rebuild and do the Arsenal exercise of saying, this is the direction that we're taking. These are the players that we feel are going to meet what we're trying to build. Those growing pains. How many seasons do you feel you've got it in you to be patient?
Bro, I can be patient for 30 years, dog, if it means that that's the next time. When I support a team, I support a team. Bro, my G, Castro, dog, you telling me you're going to ditch Arsenal if they don't win the title?
No, it's not about teaching. It's Arsenal. Arsenal has done it right, and they've done it in less than two seasons. So I think you should be able to go right ahead and do it in like a season or a season and a half. Unless the issues are systematic in such a way that the toxic environment goes all the way up.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, see, ambition starts from the top. That's why Chelsea's fans, you guys are touched that Abramovich is selling the team.
Ew, dude, not touched. Hey, I'm hurting.
The ambition starts there at the top, and then it trickles down, my G. The Glazer family care about Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro. They care about Tom Brady and them.
But you're making Edu look like a very decent director of football.
This is for us, though. Yeah. but yeah, see, it all goes down from the top. It's like even with you guys, you don't know who your next owners are. You guys might get the Glazer family.
Nah,
someone like
that's gonna hurt.
You see what I'm saying? Someone who's
we have American owners.
How your team is ran. Because with me, I feel like the issue mostly is at the top, bro. As we corrupt, dog. We pretty much a corrupt organization, and until maybe ownership, because I feel like even with Rangnick won't have full control over doing his role at the top. He won't, as long as there's Fletcher. Like, what do you say to Fletcher, bro? Like, you are right.
I don't know if you caught this way in an interview. Your manager was asked which position is Fletcher in his back staff. He said he doesn't know.
You see?
Yeah, I heard about that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he really needs to work on his interview skills, guy. He really needs to work on his interview skills.
No. Remember, he's the guy that's coming to change all of this, right? Yeah. He's going to get rid of the Darren Fletchers and whoever else. Is Carrick still an assistant coach or something? Or is he gone now? Carrick. Is he still around?
Carrick left, bro. He bounced. He's like, hey, you can see that, man. He's working for a mafia organization. They want him to do things this way. And, I mean, it is what it is, guys. For me, it's the management mostly who are the issue, dog. Until we sort that out. I mean, look at with you guys, Shavar. You guys got new owners. LeBron came in. You know, King James, because he's also got a stake at Liverpool. He came in, he's like, yo, I'm used to winning NBA championships. I'm quarter to being the all-time leading point scorer in my team. Sorry, in my sport, rather. Like, there's a level of ambition that your American owners came with. And you can clearly see that Klopp has full control with everything that's going on at your club.
So it's not just Klopp, it's Klopp and Edwards. Edwards is leaving at the end of the season. I don't remember who his replacement is. But his replacement is actually the guy that got the Diaz deal over the line. So, I'm very happy about that. But it goes back. Ferguson had Gill, I think his name was.
David Gill.
Yeah. And Wenger, who did Wenger have? Wenger also had someone.
Nah, Wenger had himself.
Was it just Wenger?
No. Someone like that. What is his name? I forgot his name. But I know his name is Steen. I think he passed away or something like that.
Yes. Something like that. Yeah. There's always that one guy's in charge of the football side and one guy deals with the business side. None of this director of football nonsense where now you got one guy, he's in charge of the philosophy of the club and also the finances, and then the manager must come and do what this guy does. No, it's these two guys. They lead the show. Klopp has final say on anything football related. And then it was Edwards new guy. I don't know who he is, but he'll have a final say on anything finance related. That's how we keep the salaries low. That's how, even though the salaries are low, you still got players wanting to run through. Like, look at Salah. He has some contract talks going on, right? He still looks like he's running through brick walls for Klopp.
Yeah.
Because Klopp is not the guy who's saying... Yeah. But also, Klopp is not the guy who's saying, no, you can't have 350.
Yeah, that's
right?
True.
He knows it's not Klopp that's stopping him. It's something else. And that keeps the players performing at their best. Who was it? It was Willian, I think, at Chelsea, when he wasn't getting what he wanted and he just kind of down tools.
Yeah.
And then he went to Arsenal. Yeah. And I don't know.
Didn't last.
I don't know. Look, it happens, right? It happens. But you guys did it twice. You guys got Luiz as well. Like he was doing the same thing as Chelsea. He wasn't getting what he wanted. I mean, United got Mata and Matic, who same thing from Chelsea. They weren't getting what they wanted. With Mata, it was game time though. It wasn't really a contract situation. But they kind of just lost interest in the club.
And I think we let go of Mata the previous season. He was the
player of the year.
Player of the year. Yeah, he was on fire for you guys. Mata was elite at one stage, man. He was oozing. But yeah, man, like for my team, man, until we switch up at the top, personally, I don't think we'll go anywhere. Because right now we square pegs and a round hole. That's what's pretty much happening. We didn't get toys like that when we were in preschool and stuff. So we don't understand that concept. And that's part of the reasons why we are in the situation that we are in. But for me personally, it is what it is, guys. Like these things happen.
I looked at yesterday and I'm like, none of those players deserve to wear that jersey. None. I'm not the biggest fan of Man United.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Man United, but that was disrespectful to the badge.
It was indeed. And what's crazy is that a lot of these guys won't call out their favorites for doing this. Like CR7, they'll never ever call out CR7.
I was anticipating on social media where they come out and they apologize for the performance.
Nah, they mustn't. They must also stop with that nonsense, man. Like that thing annoys the shit out of me, bro. Like, just focus on your job, bro. Stop these Facebook posts, bro. The best apology is change behavior, and till now the behavior is still the same. It hasn't changed. So stop apologizing and just focus on the game. But I foresee a huge overhaul, man. Like, guys need to get the fuck out of my team. A lot, bro.
Who do you think will stay?
Sancho will stay.
Yeah, right. Sancho will stay.
Sancho, De Gea will stay. In my opinion.
that kid who gave away the ball, what's his name? Ilanga
will
rate
stay.
That boy. Yeah, he's a half decent player.
Look at how
and then who else?
I was just saying, is that how he remembers him, Doug?
I think McTominay will stay, even though he's not good enough, but he has passion.
But Fred, let's talk about Fred's game in the first half.
Let's not talk about Fred, please. What does that guy do? What I don't understand.
He presses.
What? What does he press?
He just runs, bro. He's a lone
I don't know what he does.
He's the lone mower.
I don't know what he's good at. Like, help me. Like, I see him as below average at everything. What does he do?
But you know what's funny, guys? That Fred looks average for us, but for Brazil, he starts ahead of Fabinho.
Well, they actually rotate Fabinho and Casemiro. And then Fred is the first choice next to them, which is
But he's third choice. But I feel first half he had a very decent game. I think first half he had a very decent game. He was tackling. He wasn't pulling out 50-50 tackles. He was half decent. And then I don't know second half what happened. But let's. I don't know if I've missed my team talk while I was disconnected.
In closing, let's go. Chelsea.
I feel. I'll get to his. I'll get to his fucking James. I feel first half we were average. We went into halftime and I feel our manager literally clapped all of them into action because when they came back from the second half, they were a different side, like a totally different side. And I realized that we actually missed Chilwell and Reece James. And I feel the player that would have really benefited from having Reece James and Ben Chilwell is Lukaku.
Oh, because even the goals that you guys scored, they were like, especially the last three. Yeah, it was just crosses from James. But James's goal, bruh. Woo, it was like Mahrez-esque. Mahrez from Leicester, bro.
Trent versus James?
I don't think that's a competition. I mean, no, It's like who's better, Leo Messi or Victor Moses? It's that argument. Come on.
Wow!
Why? No,
Did you just call Trent Victor Moses?
I mean, Victor Moses had a good season at right wing back, didn't he? He won the league. Come on, he did well. Good job.
Did you just call Trent Victor Moses?
Trent, are you crazy? Guys,
I know you parted the ocean.
Guys,
but did you just call Trent your player?
Don't even start. Don't even start. Trent is Kevin De Bruyne at right back.
Yeah.
Wow. I disagree with you. I think had the injury was the injury that hit James was unfortunate and at the worst time. If we had Ben Chilwell and Reece James, we would be talking a very different conversation right now. And I rate James more than I rate Trent. And I think who's the English manager?
I think it's Southgate.
The guy who picks Trippier.
Southgate. I mess with Southgate. He can see that Trent is bad news, so he puts him on the bench, or he doesn't even pick him up. He doesn't even pick him in the first place.
Look, it's something that makes me actually very happy when Liverpool players don't get picked for England, and I also really, really like it when Liverpool players don't get rated by the opposition. My favorite one is Jordan Henderson. I see him getting ripped apart, and he gets called average, and he gets called, some people
average.
call him a passenger. And I think I was talking to you about this. It's fine. You can call him average.
Yeah.
He'll just keep finishing above you on the log. Go for it.
Hey.
Call him average. He'll just keep finishing above you. What's this now? 3, I think, aside from last season, it's like, 3 trophies in 4 years? I mean, he can keep lifting them up. You can keep calling him average. It's cool by me.
Put some respect. Some respect when you talk about Chelsea. Chelsea is the club.
You guys
is the world club right now. World club winners.
And you guys are gonna get
respect.
you guys are gonna get bonus like the Glazers.
When we won it, it was televised. So cool.
Oh, okay, Shema.
You came prepared. You wrote all your notes down.
You and I have had this conversation many times. Many times.
I don't rate Henderson. I think Henderson is a passenger. He's an English player. Hendo is, honestly, Hendo wouldn't even play in Man United. Actually, no, I take that back. He wouldn't play at City. He wouldn't start at Chelsea. Also, he will struggle starting at Arsenal with Xhaka in the team.
Yes.
Okay, he wouldn't start at Chelsea because Kante is better, right? Let's just get that out of the way. But when was the last time you finished above him?
I think it was 2 seasons back.
Wasn't that the season we won the league? Season before that we finished second.
At some point we won Champions League where but it's fine.
And almost finished 5th that year, right?
Let's not talk about Champions League. There's an Arsenal fan and there's a Man United fan.
Oh, shame.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, guys.
I've seen my team win the Champions League. Come on, guys. I know it's been a while, but hey, man, I was 16 years old.
Okay. I was gonna ask what's a while? What's a while? Because I know you just had your birthday just now.
Yeah. But it's fine, man. It's fine. It really is fine. Like I say,
you're hurting, my brother. I can feel your pain. I think after watching yesterday's game, I could understand on a granular level what your pain
I actually
looks
wanted
like.
you guys to win for once.
That was me.
Yeah, you guys
I celebrated the central goal like my team scored.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, I know it's so good. It's so good. But things will change, right? It's time.
But you've got Spurs. I think you've got Spurs next.
Spurs,
that's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it'll Trafford, so I'll see what will happen. But I still watch my games, even though, I mean, I'm not pleased with what's currently going on with my team. But I'm just hopeful for the future more than now, bro. I feel like there's gonna be a huge clear out sale, buy one get one free, at my club, and those that are interested in any of our players can more than welcome.
I foresee a problem with that. I foresee a problem with that. Your salary, your wages. Hey, you're just giving away your wages.
Yeah, we were pulling an Oprah. You get $500,000. You get $500,000. Hey, Oprah settings, dog. That's part of the reasons why we are in this mess, bro. Our we need to. Oh man, we need to fix our wage, bro. And that's why.
And I remember beginning
needs
of the
to
season.
happen.
Well,
Yeah.
a couple of months back, I think Arsenal were like 8th or 9th, and Arsenal were the laughing stock. But like, look at Arsenal now, guy. They're gonna finish above you.
Yeah.
Look at David Moyes. David Moyes is slowly creeping up on you. And
you see there.
No, we did them a favor. We did them a favor. We did them a favor. We took David out of the equation.
West Ham are not finishing above us. Relax. Calm down. Relax.
Okay,
that's not gonna happen.
So
it's not gonna happen.
Worst case scenario, if you call it a bad season, would be where West Ham finish above you.
Dude, it's already a bad season. It's already a bad season.
No, but I'm saying the worst, because you can't go lower than West Ham finishing above you.
Yeah, bro, Tottenham can finish above us as well. I mean,
okay? Is Tottenham finishing above you worse than West Ham finishing above you? Because in some twisted way, it kind of is.
Guys, irregardless, bro, finishing below top.
We're not even talking about Arsenal. We're talking about Spurs and West Ham. Let that sink in. West Ham and Spurs.
I know, bro. Hey, it is. It's tough times, man. Tough times, Ben.
They never last. They never last.
Yeah, hey, it's only tough teams that last. But I mean, right now my team is not moving like a tough team, bro. It's
2023, you'll be celebrating your 10th year anniversary of not winning a league. Yep.
A league. Yeah, we'll be popping champagnes because I'm sure our owners would do such a thing. Oh, guys, remember that day when Robin van Persie scored a hat trick against Aston
The good old days.
Yeah. And then, who
was it that predicted United would win the league this season?
It was Adam.
It was Adam.
Adam Taylor.
But yeah,
and then that guy moved what?
Yeah,
I don't know how far London is, but he moved a whole continent away to try and escape us. Yeah. Imagine.
But you saw where Newcastle is in the last 10 games. They are top 5, if not top 4.
They're doing very
They're
well.
unbeaten in 8 or something.
Yeah, I think it's Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Newcastle. I could be wrong.
Sure we're above
City.
City.
Right up there.
I'm sure we're above City in the form table.
And if you think about it, that 100 million that they spent is not really a lot of money. We used 100 million for one player.
Yeah, and Lukaku. Yeah, you're all right, bro. Like Newcastle's recruitment, I mean, clearly what Eddie Howe is trying to implement in the team is working. You know, they're winning.
But they're going to fire
convincingly.
He's a good manager.
Yeah,
they're going to fire him in 18 months.
And I don't think they should, bro. Eddie Howe
they will.
Manager.
No, he's going to save them. He's going to save them. This I can see this. I've seen this movie before. He's going to do well, finish in the top 10, and then start the new season. Get a cuckload of money to spend. It's going to be too much money. He's going to pull a Frank. 4 months into the job, they fire him.
And then who will go to who do you think?
They've got oil money there, my guy. Have you seen the price of a barrel right now?
Ten Hag.
If Ten Hag goes there, Man United would have slept on a good manager.
No, but still, I don't think Ten Hag would work with these kind of crop of players. I don't think any manager can. Mourinho.
Think of the memes, guys. Think of the memes. United have been after this guy for a season now, and then he ends up at Newcastle. I'll enjoy that.
But I think Man United are not decisive enough when it comes to their managers. I don't know how many board members or who has to be pleased or how many people have to be pleased for the manager to get the role. Because I get that they got burned with Mourinho, they got burned with quite a few managers, but I think they need to be decisive. This thing of coming with a manager on an interim basis who you're going to move up, to me, it didn't make sense. I thought, okay, sure, fine. He's going to define the philosophy of the club. But when a new manager comes in and says, well, I don't want to do I don't want to play this type of football. I want to play this type of football. Then that creates it was a weird decision. I respect it. I thought, okay, cool. He can see which players want to play for the team, and then when the new manager comes in, he can brief him that, hey, listen, this is a bad apple, this is a bad potato, this is a Maguire. But yeah,
Maguire.
Yeah. But you see, Sihle, bro, right now you've just mentioned the big issue. We just don't have a plan as an organization. We corrupt, bro. Think of it as that. A corrupt organization that has no plan. We just sign people and it's always then what? Because we don't have footballing minds.
Yeah,
Even our
thought,
legends, bro. Your Gary Nevilles of this world, your Roy Keanes. You must listen to those guys when they analyze a game. They never tactically analyze a game. It's always about where's the passion. Why is it?
you saw Yaya Toure. You saw Yaya yesterday.
Yeah. You see, Yaya speaks is tactical, my G. Because I mean, I feel like Fergie never taught these guys tactics. On God, he didn't. He, of course, he made them ball out and win trophies, but I just feel like they didn't sit down and talk about tactics. That's why all the class of 90, was it 92? Which person did well as a manager?
I think Scholes is quite smart.
Who?
But he's not going to make it.
He called the Liverpool result. No, he won't. But I mean, he called Scholes. He called the Liverpool result. You guys were
he's a good
1-0 down or something. Yeah. No, he won't make it as a manager. But I mean, like his tactical explanations do make sense.
But like,
and he called the Liverpool result.
Yeah, but it's only him. Roy Keane, he wants to beat
none of Fergie's.
Neville.
Even if you go back,
terrible.
Even if you go back, Mark Hughes, who's that guy? Steve Bruce.
You see what I'm saying? He hasn't produced.
But I've got a very quick solution for you. I've got a very quick solution for Man United before I get off. Leave Pochettino alone. The PSG Arab man is going to win Champions League. They're going to keep him. Go for the one coach that no one is talking about that is silently doing his job. That coach coaches or manages Crystal Palace. So Man United,
Patrick.
Yeah.
There's your manager.
How could you say that in front of an Arsenal fan?
That's like the most successful captain. I mean, no. I won't say successful captain, but like Vieira was amazing for the Gunners. Imagine he coaches United. Wow.
Imagine.
It's another Van Persie 2.0, bro. And then he's out here winning us trophies, dog. How would you feel that?
There's too much beef there, dog. Like, at the peak of Arsenal versus Man United, you're at the center of it all. There's no ways.
He's a decent manager. He's a very decent manager. I'm not gonna lie. I watched his Crystal Palace side. Gallagher is excelling there. Zaha is no longer the focal point of every attack, which is taking the burden off. So I think Man United consider your Patrick as your next manager.
No, it's easy, guys. Thank you so much. I know Shova load shedding is about to hit you in a minute. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for availing yourselves. Thank you so much for grilling me. I expected this from y'all, but it's so good. Take care and peace out, gents.
Yeah,
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.